Okay, so let's start with this. My test for COVID-19 is negative, which is actually quite positive. I wasn't that scared about being positive. I don't usually go for the worst case scenario in my head. For me, it was like, oh yeah, I'm just gonna carry on with my life and things will probably just be fine because, well, I decided it should be. And it is, actually. So I'm gonna fill you in a bit more tomorrow because it's quite late and I want to go to sleep. But all in all, I'm in quarantine for the next 10 days and I need to self isolate. Okay, so this is day 2 of quarantine for me, and let me just explain real quick what happened. So, where I live, we're not in national quarantine. The shops are open, universities are open, sort of, and schools just got out for their summer break. We still have a few restrictions, like we can't have more than 50 people in a certain area, and we can't have big events or things like that. But we can go about and do our businesses as long as we're wearing masks and do try to keep a certain level of distance between one another. And well, what happened to me is that I got exposed to a verified COVID patient while I was at the hospital. And apparently that happened like 6 days ago, and we didn't know that until yesterday. Only yesterday he took the test and saw that he was positive for COVID, which essentially means that I need to quarantine myself for 14 days after the day that I saw him last. So for me, that's about 9 days from now. And well, the problem is I actually can't stay here in self quarantine because this is a dormitory. I had to stay here last night because I just didn't had a way to get home, and right now I'm going home, but it's quite the gray area about how I'm going home because I obviously can't go home by bus or by train and I don't own a car, so my parents are gonna come and take me home. On the plus side, I was tested negative yesterday, so I'm a bit less anxious about going inside a car with my parents. And I'm gonna have to try and self isolate as much as I can while being at home, which honestly just has a lot of people in it right now because all of my siblings are home. But yeah, this has actually been kind of nice because I was supposed to be in anesthesiology right now and waking up super early to prep the OR, and instead I just woke up today without any alarm and just went about my morning without any stress or anything that I needed to do. I am going to try and structure my days while I'm in quarantine because I don't want to waste all of this time, and I do have things that I need to do, that I want to do, things that I need to study for the university, and well, I'm excited to have you with me. So, this is day 3 of quarantine for me, of self isolation, and so far it's been okay. The thing is, I think as I suspected, it's going to be really hard to self isolate in my parents' home because they just both have the mentality of you're okay, it's fine, you don't need anything, you don't need to stay in your room all day, you can get your own food. I told them about the fact that I need to stay in my room, and they were like, yeah, of course. But then in reality, my mom tells me, like, yeah, so maybe you can come down and help me organize the house and clean up around here and stuff. And I'm like, but mom, it's not how it works. I can't just come and hang out downstairs. I'm supposed to stay in my room. She's like, yeah, I know, but you had the test, you were tested negative, you're the only one in this house that knows that you're not sick and that you don't have the virus. And I'm like, yeah, but it doesn't work like that. I can still turn positive, I can still start to have symptoms. She's like, oh, no, don't worry about that, you'll be fine. I'm like, yeah, no, I'm not worried, but I don't want to put any of my family members in danger. I would use my father's bathroom and shower so that my siblings can all stay in their bathroom. I discussed about this with my father and he agreed to it. And yet I can still see all of the signs that he's still using the same bathroom as I am. And it's like, but that doesn't help anything. it's like when they talk to me, they're like, yeah, you're right, this is how it should be done, and this is what we will do, and everything. But in practice, they just want to keep live their lives without any change. So I've been trying to do the self-quarantine as best as I can, like self-isolate, and whenever I'm in public spaces in my house, then I put on a mask, and I try, and I wash my hands as often as I can. But it's really hard to self-isolate when nobody else is playing along. This is day 4 of self-quarantine for me. I'm just sitting here, drinking my mocha, my ice mocha. The things that I realized at this point in time is that it is going to be impossible for me to try to work out because it is just so hot in my room and I don't have any air conditioning. So yeah, exercising is actually really important to me, and if I can't even take walks or run or really move around at all, I don't know what I will do. I am still quite grateful to have this space, and the space that is mine, to self-isolate in. Last time I didn't even have like a heads up, so I didn't get the time to take all the things that I won't say need, because I've seen before that I don't need any of them, but I do see that they improve my quality of life in a way. So I did get the heads up to get some stuff like that. And also I'm healthy, I don't have any fever, any symptoms. No one in my group that also got exposed has any symptoms, so it seems like we're all just going to stay the next few days at home. So far I've been working on cleaning my room because it looks really bad. I've been trying to clean a little portion of my room each day. I started with the essential, my desk here that I need to study, and I'm trying to get through the floor that have honestly all the things everywhere. And other than that, I've been studying a lot because I'm starting a new rotation on Sunday, and since all the people that study with me are at home self-isolating, then we're just going to have the first week of the rotation online. I guess it'll be okay. The thing that really bugs me in this self-isolation is my parents' reaction to it, because they just literally don't give a crap. I don't know. I don't have any other way to say it. They just don't care. Yesterday we had like the cable technician here, and only me and my sister were at home. So my father calls me and he's like, hey Noi, can you get the door for the technician and just let him in and everything and show him what needs to be done? I'm like, yeah, I will tell my sister to do that because I can't actually go and get him. And he's like, yeah. And then a few minutes later he calls me again and he says, wait, but no, don't tell him anything about any coronavirus or any quarantine that you're in. I don't want him to run off on me. And I'm like, goodbye, father. That is just mean for anyone else. It's quite unfair to just go to the door and answer the door to someone when I'm in quarantine and not tell him. Obviously I asked my sister to get the technician and I did not get near him. I'm actually having quite a nice time around here. I know I'm just complaining, but it's just me taking everything that just builds up around here. Hi, this is now day 5 of quarantine for me, and I've been starting to miss my lava. Like it has taken me 5 days to start to actually miss him because we don't live together usually. Hopefully it's about to change, but right now we don't live together, so we actually see each other only on the weekends, and during the rest of the week we just talk on the phone. So it has actually been almost normal for me to just not see him for 5 days straight. But now it has been getting like, I just sort of want his presence near me. I don't even need to do anything with him or anything. I just feel like I just miss being around him. is all. And well, the other thing that I've been missing is the outside. I have been cheating a little bit and going outside to our backyard with a mask on, just to get some fresh air, to get some actual sun, and have a bit more space than what I have around here. But I haven't been working out outside or anything because that would be wrong. I've only been going out for a few minutes every day, and I've been really missing it. I don't notice it on my day-to-day basis because we're mostly inside buildings all the time, but I do get to see that when I don't spend the weekend outside, or when I don't just get a little bit of air, sun, wind, even some rain. It doesn't have to be nature and forests and anything, no, just being outside. If I don't get that, I just start to feel a bit off, like something is not completely right. But other than that, the room is getting along pretty nicely, and I feel like I haven't been giving myself enough time to do nothing, because obviously I'm over here all the time and I don't do anything, but I also don't let myself do nothing. I always keep a way to distract myself. And I don't want that. I actually do want to let myself be bored in this time and live a little bit more slowly. But you know how it goes. I've become so numb, I can feel you there. Become so dark, so much more